Hello and welcome back. I'm Matt, and today we will be talking about the LX3 Hand Massager by Lunix. And I personally have a chronic illness called chronic inflammatory response syndrome. So it causes for a ton of inflammation in my joints, and my hands and feet hurt extremely bad. So that is why I tried this out. So this comes with the hand massager, a finger massager that you can use, a manual finger massager, and then a travel bag so you can pack this and take it wherever you go. So you're just going to put your hand right in here like this, and then you hit the power button. I really like this because I get a ton of hand pain with my chronic illness that I told you guys about. So you're going to start this, so you just hit power. And I like to start the vibration that gets it vibrating on the palm of your hand while you're using this. And then you get started on whatever program you want. And that is going to be how this does on the inside. So right now, with this program 1, it is getting down towards my fingers, and make sure your hand's positioned in there right. So now it's starting to get around my wrist as well. And for the intensity, I don't like it up to the highest intensity because it's a little much for me. I also like to add in the heat while I'm doing this too. And I like to do the vibration like this. It can do just a full-on vibrate where it's vibrating non-stop right now, but I like the pulsing one. It just goes zzz, 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 zzz. So that's the pulsing. That's about the beat that it goes right there. So I like it, the intensity. The highest I like to go is about a 5 for myself at least. And my hands were so bad at one point, I used to have to sleep on them because they hurt so bad. Because with all my chronic inflammation in my body, my hands and my feet are probably the 2 worst things. So I get it really bad in my fingers is where I get it really bad, and I get it in my hands. I don't get it as much in my wrists, but it is nice to have the added wrist part where it does go on there. So that's program 1. Program 1 did a lot of my fingertips. So program 2 is starting out on my fingers, squeezing it nice and tight. And on the inside of it, it has this like bumpy type feeling. So it gives it a really nice massage feeling. If you ever seen those balls that have that weird rubber looking stuff, okay, so this one's coming down more on my wrist now. Ooh, it actually feels really good with that heat too. So this is really getting good on my wrist with this one. So it squeezes all the way down to like right here. So I mean, this thing goes from right here all the way up to the entirety. So it's gonna get, if you have any wrist pain or any hand pain, it's gonna get your entire wrist to hand. So this one works a lot on squeezing my wrists. And you see I've kept it on the intensity 4 the whole time because that's about what I like it at. I've gone up to 5. To me, my comfort level is at about the 4. So let's try program number 3. So that one focused, it went from my fingertips to my wrists. So this one with program 3 is starting back at my wrist to begin with. So we're back here right now, squeezing on it. This has a 15-minute program time that you can run on it. So right now we're squeezing. This is really focusing back on my wrist and my palm. Actually, it's squeezing my whole hand up here too right now. So that's program 3. Program 4. It squeezes, okay, so this is, oh wow, that one is really tough on my wrist right now. Holy cow. So that one's really getting my wrist on program 4. I mean, it's just full on squeezing my wrist. My fingers are loose down on the end right now. So it's completely squeezing my wrist on program number 4. So program number 5, so now it's squeezing down towards my fingertips on this one. I like ones that focus more on my entire hand, because like I told you, I had to sleep on my hands before because my hands were in so much pain. Luckily, I don't experience that much pain, but I wished I'd had this then. My hands still hurt bad now, and this does help out quite a bit. So for the time that I've been using this, it really does feel good on my hands. Like I said, I have chronic inflammation, so my hands and my feet are what hurt me the most. Maybe Lunix will make a foot massager. I haven't found a foot massager that does it like this. If I could get a foot massager like this, this would be perfect. So program 6, program 5 worked more on my fingertips. Program 6 I'm doing on the fingertips right now, and it's squeezing, and we're on my hand. Okay, so this is really on my fingertips and my hand on this one. Alright, so that's program 6. So overall, this really helps relieve some of that pain in my hand. I usually get my partner to massage my hands, and she doesn't have to do that now, so it cuts down on that, which I'm sure she's happy about that now that I can use a device rather than her massaging my hands all the time. And then I would say this is going to be good for probably anyone who has arthritis or just inflammation in general, because I have the disorder chronic inflammation response syndrome, and for me it works really well because I get aching, burning joints, and it really helps relieve some of that pain with that heat added to it, and then the massage. It's really nice. Thanks again for taking the time to watch my video, and I hope this helped.